Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zion Aesthetic, and today I am doing a tutorial on this look right here. It is a beautiful, peachy, pinky Valentine's Day look. It's very flirty, a little bit natural for me anyway, and I just thought that it was a really fun little look. I don't use a ton of pinks in my eyeshadows usually, or really anywhere on my face. I am more partial to like mauves and dusty roses. Those are the types of pinks I go for, as opposed to this like pop of pink. But I really wanted to sort of venture out of my comfort zone, use some lighter pinks that I don't normally use, and achieve something that could be very wearable but very pretty for Valentine's Day. So if you are interested in seeing all that I did to get my face looking like this for Valentine's Day, please keep watching. Okay, so first I'm going to prime my eyes because I always like to start with the eyes just so I don't have to deal with fallout later, and also because I like to like match my blush to my eye look, you know, little things like that. So today we're gonna start with the eyes. I am going to be priming my eyes with the Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This is super nice. I know a lot of people really like this for priming their eyes. I just like it when I'm trying to do sort of more warm looks because this yellowy undertone that it has really accentuates those nice warm like oranges and burgundies and even pinks, which is more what we're going to be leaning into today. I like to apply this with a brush and then pat it in with my finger. I've just found that that gives it the smoothest finish and really allows it to, you know, be placed exactly where you want it. Now that I am done priming, I am going to go in with a white or very light eyeshadow and set all the way from the crease up to the brow bone. Do you guys see this? That was supposed to be white. Apparently I had black left on this brush, and that turned out black. Alright, take two. Now on the same blending brush by Molly that I just set my eye with, I am going to hop into the Meet Matrimony palette by The Balm. This palette has really cute packaging, but I actually have had quite a few issues with this palette. I just can't really get it to blend out super well. I do know a lot of people really like it, but I just haven't had the best luck. But this pink up here, Matt Thomas, is such a beautiful color. It's very pale, and I thought it would be a really good starting color to put in our crease. This is not a shade I've tried before. I was really partial to this matte Kumar shade right in the center here, and that's the one that I have trouble with, but it's like so beautiful. I tried to use it so many times because it's so gorgeous, and I just never really had much luck. I'm not sure if their darker shades have a different formula, or, you know, sometimes pigments just change the way eyeshadows work, so it could be that too. And you do want to bring this one up a little bit towards your brow bone. Also, I am not going to wing out my shadow in any way today because I want to kind of keep this look concise and like flirty and just really bubbly as opposed to like, you know, sultry. So I'm going to try to keep these more aimed right around here and in. I really like this. I think this is a really good start to this look. It's very like subtle but still gives you that sassy pop, you know? After we're done with that pretty petal pink, I am going to hop over to my Inglot palette. I do have some other shadows from another brand in here, but these are all my Inglot shadows over here. And then I'm going to jump into this shade right here. I do not have the name for that shade off the top of my head, but I will do a little pop-up somewhere in the video so you guys can see what shade this is exactly. And then hopping over to my MAC 217 brush, I am going to work this into the crease as well, keeping it a little bit lower than that really pretty light pink that we just did. Look how pretty that is. Oh. Oh. And we are going to bring this all the way towards the front as well. I think I'm probably going to bring most of the colors all the way to the front of the eye. After we have those two pinks worked into each other until they look good, I am actually going to hop into a blush and bronzer palette. This is the Blush and Bronzer Mini Palette by Coastal Scents. And I'm going to jump right into this really pretty blush shade over here. It's just really beautiful. I don't even, it's like a raspberry. And I'm just going to apply that even deeper in the crease with my Wayne Goss number 3 brush. This brush is actually very new for me. I only got it a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, but so far I love it. It's probably the softest eye brush that I have, and it has so much give to it that it really just deposits it in a very natural way. Now that I have all of those pinks in my crease exactly where I want them and all lined up, I am going to grab my Beauty For Real shadow sticks. This is in the shade Ever Starstruck. It's sort of a stick shadow, you know, it's like a cream. I really like to use this on the front part of my lid, or even sometimes as a base for other shadows. It's just really beautiful. So this is what it looks like right after I have applied and blended out the shadow stick a little bit. You can definitely leave it at this, or you can add a little bit more, which is what I'm going to do today. I am going to go into the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think I'm going to grab Vermeer, this shade right here on this packing brush that comes in the palette, and apply that everywhere I just applied the shadow stick. So now that I have added that beautiful shimmer shade, this is what my face looks like now. I've got all the pinks in the crease and the beautiful pop on the lid, but it still isn't too intense. It's really nice and flirty, I feel. Now what I am going to do is my brows. I am gonna hop off camera to do those real quick just because I do them the same every day. If you are interested in seeing how I do my brows, I did actually just upload an Instagram tutorial showing you guys exactly the products I used and how I do my brows. Okay, you ready? Here's me. I'm gonna go off camera to do my brows because I do them the same every time, and I just made a tutorial showing you how I do them. Then I go do my brows differently than I've ever done before. Like, what is that? Anyway, I did my brows a little bit differently than I do I think, than I've ever done. I tried to get them to look a little bit more natural than I usually do. I just felt like this look, because it's really like pretty and flirty, would be really nice with sort of slightly more natural brows. You know, I didn't want to like have big puffy brows, but I wanted them to be a little bit more natural and sweet, and so that's what I ended up doing today. But anyway, now that those are done, I am going to line my eyes. I think I'm just gonna do like a dark brown or maybe even a black and just like line right next to my lash line. I don't think I'm gonna wing it out. It turns out I didn't actually bring the brown eyeliner pencil that I thought I did, but I do have this Makeup Forever Aqua XL eye pencil in the shade M10, so I am just going to use this right next to my lash line and in my waterline as well. So I kept that pretty light and really close to my lash line, both on the top and the bottom. And then I'm gonna go in with this little Rite Aid, yeah, this is just a drugstore brush, a little smudger brush, and sort of blend that in, trying to keep it as close to the lash line as I can. Now that that is all blended in, I am going to put on some lashes. Today I'm going to be using the Lily lashes in the style Caviar. These I talked about in my recent favorites video, which I will link down below. It's just a very, very beautiful pair. So now that both lashes are on, I am going to sort of blend my real lashes with the false lashes using the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. This is just a little sample size one I have, but so far it seems to work really well. I actually have a full size as well that I haven't opened yet because I wanted to, you know, try it first. Alright, and now with that done, we are done with the eyes, at least for right now. I'm probably going to put something in the inner corner, but we'll get back to that. Right now I want to move over to the face and start priming my skin. For primer today, I am going to be using the Glam Glow Glow Starter, which is a beautiful, beautiful product. This is just super nice and luxurious, and it's very, very glowy. It makes you very dewy looking, and so I thought that this would be perfect for Valentine's Day. And then also I am going to take the Benefit Porefessional and put this right around my nose area, my forehead, where I get the pores. Now for foundation, I am going to use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. This is in the shade R250. I really like the way that this foundation looks on top of that glowy primer because it's not a super like full coverage matte foundation. It is mostly matte, but it just has sort of a thin enough formula that you can build it up normally, but with just one layer like this, it really gives off a very nice luminous look with a glowy primer underneath. So I'm really happy that I picked this foundation. I was going to use a more full coverage one, but I ended up deciding on this one. Thumbs up to me. Now I'm going to conceal, and today I will be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer as usual. Still using the damp beauty blender, I'm going to pop into my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to set my under eyes with this. I like to put a lot of powder on my under eyes to make sure that it doesn't crease, but I don't usually tend to bake it for very long. I just put a bunch of powder there and then blend it all in at once. And then after I'm done setting my under eyes, I am going to take a giant, huge, fluffy brush with that same RCMA powder and just put it all over my damn face. Now that this is all set to a point where it won't budge throughout the day, I'm going to start sculpting this face out with a contour. Today I will be using my Kevin Aucoin, the sculpting powder in the shade Medium. It does look like a very small amount of product, but it lasts a really long time. Oh my god, I forgot my contouring brush. I didn't bring my contouring brush. Okay, what can I use? What can I use? So apparently this brush that I have by Real Techniques is considered a contour brush. That's what it says right here. Contour brush, but I've never used it for contour. Well, I don't know how much I like this brush for contouring. I kind of had a little bit of a struggle there, but it did its job. I got done when I needed to. Now I am going to take the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer on my Benefit Hoola bronzing brush. And then for blush, I thought I would combo a couple to kind of get the perfect hue that I'm looking for. The first one is NARS Orgasm, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. This is just a beautiful sort of shimmery pink shade. And then also the Papa Don't Peach by Too Faced. This is their new blush that they just released with their whole peach collection, which I actually talk about a little bit in my Too Faced Get Ready With Me video, so I will link that video down in the description bar. But this is just a really, really beautiful, peachy, shimmery, sort of sheen type of blush. So I wanted to put this one on first, and then if it needed a little bit more pink, sort of accent it with the Orgasm. And to apply both of those, I am going to be using my MAC 135 brush. This is just sort of a paddle brush. I really like this for blush. That is what the look looks like just with the Papa Don't Peach blush, which I do think is really, really pretty, but I want to do a slightly more pink tone just to match the eyes. Wow, okay, that came out beautiful. I really, really, really like the combination of these blushes. That looks really, really pretty. Alright, so now that I am done with my blush, I know we still have highlight to do, don't worry, I'm not forgetting, but I am going to jump back over to the eyes and do my lower lash line and the inner corner just to get that all wrapped up. First, back on my MAC 217 brush, I'm going to hop back into that Inglot shadow that we talked about earlier, this slightly peachy pink one here, and run that just along the lower lash line. Make sure you really hit out any excess powder that you have on your brush. Okay, so my plan was to put 2 or 3 of the colors that I used on my eyelid or crease on the lower lash line, but I just put that one color in there from the Inglot palette, and it looks so good that I really just kind of want to leave it. it like really matches the upper part, and I think it's really pretty. So I'm gonna go back in with the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara and apply that on my lower lashes. I've actually never used this for lower lashes, so wish me luck. Okay, so it looks like this does clump up for me just a little bit on my lower lash line, but it's not too bad. It's definitely not like horrible. So I had a really hard time applying it to my lower lashes on this side. It just clumped up a lot, and then when I tried to get a clump out, it just made a huge clump, and it was definitely a trial for me, but I got it working, you know, well enough that it works. Back on my Wayne Goss number 3 brush, I am going to go back into my Modern Renaissance palette and also my Papa Don't Peach blush. I am going to grab Vermeer, which is the shade that I packed on my lid earlier, this third one in right here, and then I am going to mix that with the Papa Don't Peach blush and see if that makes a good inner corner color. So that inner corner highlight that I did is really pretty. It's not like riveting enough to make me rethink my religion or anything, but it is definitely a nice sort of color. It really complements the eyes in my opinion and sort of adds a little bit of a pop. So I'm really happy with it. And with that, that completes the eyes. So the eyes are completely done. We are pretty much done with the whole look, right? We just have to do lips and highlight and setting spray, and then we are ready for Valentine's Day. So first I'm going to highlight the hell out of these cheekbones. For highlight today, I'm going to be using another Wayne Goss brush. I know, I just really love his brushes. This is the number 15 fan brush by him, and I'm also going to jump into the Becca and Jaclyn Hill, what are these called specifically? The Shimmering Skin Perfector Mineral Blush Champagne Splits. So this one is Champagne Pop and Flower Child. So I am just going to take Champagne Pop and throw that right on top of these cheekbones. Alright, now the cheek is poppin'. Now we're just gonna go on to the lips. First off, I'm going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics. This is from like her first launch ever. This is Candy K. And then also Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Pure Hollywood. And so I'm gonna do my whole lips with this, and then in the center, highlight with this. But first, I almost forgot, I am going to line my lips with the Candy K lip pencil. Before I apply any of those colors, I am going to go in with my Stila Lush Lips Water Plumping Primer. This stuff is a godsend. I really love it, especially for liquid lipsticks. And then before that completely dries down, the Anastasia right in the middle. So there is the finished product. I do really like the lips. They're a little bit darker than I intended and also a little bit flaky, but I have that problem with a lot of the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. They sort of flake on me a little bit, even when I'm first applying them. But I still think this color really looks pretty and it really looks nice with the rest of the look. So now I'm going to go in with my all-nighter setting spray and get this face glued together. And there is the finished product for this Valentine's Day. Very flirty, very poppy look. I think it came out really nice. It's something that I don't normally do. I don't normally play around with pinks this much. And so I really like it. It makes me feel really feminine and pretty. So yeah, it's definitely something I enjoy. I think this is a great look to wear just in general for the coming of spring. It's very sort of minimal, but also colorful and just very flirty. That is the word that I keep coming back to because that's really how it makes me feel. This look makes me feel very flirty, very like I would go frolic through a meadow or something. I don't know. If you guys did enjoy this tutorial, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday, so if you subscribe, you will be able to make sure you're not missing any of those. I do all sorts of different videos on this channel. Other than that, you can follow me at my other social media accounts if you wish. I have an Instagram, a Facebook page, and a Twitter account, all the same as I am right here on YouTube. I will also link those down in the description bar if you guys are interested in that. I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Just get beautiful, treat yourself, whether someone else is helping you treat yourself or you're treating yourself, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you do something that makes you feel good. And yeah. Wear some pink. Thank you guys once again for watching my video. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Bye! Instead of whipping it out. Instead of whipping it out. What am I, 13? I never wear pink tones, but today I'm gonna wear pink tones for you. For you.